बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। सो मुख्तलिफ मुल्कों के बारे में इंटरव्यूज़ और मुख्तलिफ लोगों से इंटरव्यूज़ होते हैं। आज हमारे साथ मैंने जब यूके के अंदर एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट देखा रिगार्डिंग ट्रैवल और अपने आप को रिट्रीट करने के बारे में, तो मुझे बड़ा शौक हुआ कि मैं इसके बारे में ज़्यादा जानूँ। सो आई हैव अ पर्सनालिटी टुडे who who uh, who does this and who has come up with an idea. It's a different idea. It's about travel. It's about retreat. So he will better explain it. So Mohammad Sheikh, first of all, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's just start with your career. So what education background you have and how did you end up doing this? And if you can explain what exactly is uplifting travel.
Yeah, sure. So I graduated from university around 2014. I did a degree in accounting and finance. So from there, I started my career. So I started at a company called Unilever, who owns some amazing brands like Magnum, Ben and Jerry's, etc. And spent 5 years at there. And now actually near the end of my time at Unilever, I decided to do an MBA because I think finance was great. But for myself, just doing something different and like starting up a business is something that I had a real interest in. So I started my MBA and so finished it roughly around about 2018, 2019. But actually joined a company called Reckitt in Kaiser as well, who I think are in Pakistan as well. Okay. And still within finance, but I had a real passion for business. So I actually started this company called Uplifting Travels. I started it with a friend called Shahbaz. And there was many reasons why we started it. I think firstly, me and Shahbaz had done a lot of traveling together. So we became friends 2014 and we'd traveled to Spain, we traveled to like all over the world. And we always found that when we traveled, there was so much that we learned, just seeing people, new cultures. We would go do some charity work and it was just like even just meeting new people. So we really enjoyed that. And we just looked at it within the Muslim community. And we could see like there was just nothing available here in the Western countries where you go to, for example, Morocco or you go to Turkey and you don't just go on holiday, you come back a changed person. So for that reason, we started Uplifting Travels. Now, Uplifting Travels' mission statement is very simple. It's to provide life-changing experiences through travel. So that is what we do. We didn't just want to be a travel company and that's it. We really wanted to make sure that we provide life-changing experiences. So that's a brief synopsis about the company, a bit about my journey here as well.
So just about the target audience. So who do you target? Are they teenagers? Are they like from different fields? Or you are targeting a smaller community, any religious group, or you're targeting everyone who can come?
Yeah, so it's in terms of like our last two retreats, and if I just focus on the one that we did recently in June, we went to Morocco. We had Sheikh Hilly, we had Brother Neil and Safraz and Nawal. Now, this is one thing, or this is a big reason why I love what we're doing, and I feel like we're onto something very special, is we had someone that was 18, 19 years old who had come from New York to Morocco, all the way up to 50 years old, a grandmother who wanted to come as well. And again, we had lots in between that as well. So we had people 20, 25, 30, we had people that were married, not married. Me and Shahbaz, we actually went out there with our wives and our 1-year-old children. We both got 1-year-old kids. So we went out with our kids as well. And it was just a really special feeling, just being with people from across the world. So we had people fly out from America, Canada, UK, but also their cultural background was really different as well. We had Iraqis, we had Iranians, we had Lebanese people. We had an English, someone who was born and bred in the UK, English, like blue eyes, blonde hair, who had converted into a Muslim and joined us as well. So and this really, like for us, by trying to refine it down to just one group of people, you lose that value because Raza, when we're having our campfire discussions and we're discussing marrying outside of your culture, you've got people that are able to bring different life perspectives and different thought processes to it. So really, for us, it's not too much about about like what demographic you are, is the more people and the more variety of people that will come, the more we will broaden our horizons as well. So that's really important for us.
Yeah. Okay. So there are two important things. One is the selection of panelists or the people who are teaching you or preaching you in that process. So I saw that they're from different fields, and the other is the location thing. So these are two important things that, from my perspective, I would say go to Medina, go to Najaf, go go to Syria, go to Iran. Why Morocco? And but so what is the rationale behind going to the places that they're not so holy, and bringing people from different fields?
Yeah, no, fantastic question. And just before with the discussion we were having before as well is like I mentioned to you, I did my MBA, and part of my business plan we had to get market research, we had to get data, and there was one thing that I when I was doing my research I could see is people, like you said, you're right. People want to go ziyarat, they want to go umrah, and for us, it's really important that we are not trying to get people saying to people, don't go to ziyarat, don't go to umrah, don't go to hajj, and go here instead. That's really important. We want people to go there, and actually, we would encourage people go and have these experiences first, and then come. What we are trying to do is actually trying to target the people that are looking to go on holiday. So they want to go Morocco, they want to go Turkey, and actually like this is a way where they can go to these countries and actually have a halal experience. So again, we make sure like when it comes to dress, that people are dressed modestly. We're making sure the activities, it's something that protects people's hijabs. And again, that's the reason why we decided to not go down the traditional route. And also, mashallah, there's so many great people already doing like that they're already covering this area. Whereas for us, again, it's about providing something different. And now, alhamdulillah, my dad has also been taking groups to, like you said, Iraq, Syria for the last 20 years. He does that. So I've seen that, and it's so valuable. But what we're saying to people is, look, Bismillah, do that. This is something completely different. And you want to go on holiday? This is that holiday, but you're coming back as a different person. I hope that hopefully that answers your question in regards to the location. You also were asking around the speakers. So I can cover that as well. And so for us, when it comes to speakers, like one thing that we need to make sure is that we have the highest quality speakers around. Now, I don't know, Raza, have you seen Sheikh Hilly before?
Yeah.
Have you seen his content?
Yeah.
So, mashallah, he's well renowned, and honestly, like his knowledge is phenomenal. I asked him, like I can ask him any thick question, and he will be able to give me an answer.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important, is the quality of speakers. Even Haji Neil Nasser, he's a life coach. And I've spoken to friends who have gone to him and he's completely changed their life. He's changed their thought process. I think that's the first thing, is having world-class speakers. I think secondly for us, what is really important is speakers that can have a laugh. Now, like honestly, Reza, I'm not joking. Neil, I played tennis with him on the tennis court in the accommodation. Sheikh Hilly, we had the location accommodation that we stayed. We had a swimming pool, and we literally were playing volleyball with like Sheikh Hilly and these other people. We went up for a hike up Mount Atlas, and there's a football pitch there, and Sheikh Hilly is there playing football with us, right? Neil is playing football with us. So it kind of changes it to like they have the knowledge, but actually because they are able to just I don't want to say let their hair down, let their turbans down, and just have a good time as well. That's what's really important for us as well. And again, that's what is part of our selection. Someone that is world-class standard. And secondly, is someone that's really like ready to have a good time, ready to have a laugh, ready to enjoy it as well.
And maybe that also connects the community with the ulamas as well, because sometimes we, or as a person, someone feels difficult to reach out to them, but these kind of events or these kind of places where you go together, so you can easily communicate, you can ask your questions, those personal questions even, which you don't feel comfortable. Talking about the facilities and offer, just to know that because this idea is very new in Pakistan, if the people would be listening there. So what do you offer? How does this work? You take a flight from UK, and do you offer people from as you said, you offer them from anywhere of the world. So what facilities do you do? Do you do the visa thing, the ticket, the accommodation? What do you do with them? Yeah.
Yeah, so the main thing for us is when we package it up, we just package it from the point that you land in Morocco to the point that you fly back to Morocco. However, that's how we package it. However, and Shahbaz is incredible on this. Like I've had it where people are flying from America and he's helping them out with their visa. Like he's helping them with their flights. Like any question that they have, like before, he's there and he's covering it as well. So although for us we package it specifically just from the point you land to the point you go back, we do make sure that you are looked after. Some people, for example, Raza said they wanted to arrive a couple of days earlier in Morocco because they've never been to that part of the world, right? So we help them to find an accommodation and make sure that everything was sorted. Like you said, if we start providing flights as well and packaging, it gets really complicated because people are flying from different parts of the world, etc. So what we tend to do is provide that ground package. Even if someone calls us from Pakistan, and this time for the November retreat, we've got interest from India as an example, right? But even someone flying from Pakistan, it's just a matter of getting in touch with us, and we will take them through that process. We will advise them on visas, flights, etc. So again, like we do try and go above and beyond for anyone that's looking to join.
MashaAllah. Okay, so now coming just about your personal life. So I've seen wonderful communication skills, and I saw on your profile you have been a presenter in Halal by TV. How does working in a religious environment or doing volunteer work help you in building your corporate life?
Do you know what? That's such an incredible question, and the timing is perfect because literally right now I actually quit my job. So for July and August, I'm working on a voluntary project, so an attempt to break the world record, to have the most people donate blood in one day.
I heard about it.
So in the name of Imam Hussein, we want to get 50,000 people to break the world record. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was doing this project on the side of doing my work, and I've got my family, and even like this Uplifting Travels, I've been being part of Uplifting Travels, I'm having to build relationships in Morocco on the ground. I'm having to manage the finances. I'm having along with Shahbaz, customer satisfaction. There's so many different elements that I'm having to learn. Like, for example, you might not, people that aren't aware of this, but when sometimes dealing with the people in Morocco, it can be very challenging. Like they say one thing to us, and again, this is not everyone, but certain people we've dealt with, they tell us one thing over the phone, and then basically it never happens. So, or actually they go back on it, and there's all these issues that get caused. So personally, I would really encourage anyone that is looking to develop in their career in the corporate world, trying to get involved in charities. The more you can do it, getting involved in charities, getting involved in any other organizations will benefit you. You saw, I've done public speak, so I do a presenting on Ahlul Bayt TV. That has really helped me to now when I go to work, honestly, people, first thing they say to me when they meet me is, you present, don't you? Or you do a lot of public speaking. And I'm like, yeah. And alhamdulillah, again, it's just through trying to serve Allah, and all these opportunities come, and as a result in the process, I develop as well. So alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So just sharing my personal example, I did first time speech back in 2014 in Pakistan, in Karachi. It was the biggest all Karachi speech competition. So that was my first instance. What drew me there was because I was teaching in madrasa. So I used to do see 100 students, for example, when we were teaching them namaz, or we were making them preparing for namaz. So that gave me the confidence that I can go into the competition. When I went first time in the first round, I lost my speech in the middle. And then still I had the confidence to just keep it and do it. And I thought, nah, I won't get into the second round. But they called me at the night and said, you're in the second round. When I started my speech from that point where I missed that share, where I forgot that share, and that was the reason that poetry I missed. And then I started my second speech with that poetry. I completed it, and you will be amazed to know that I came second. I got 15,000 rupees from the governor. I got a picture with the governor. Next day, was sitting on a national television in Pakistan, and they were interviewing all the three winners. So all that public speaking, all that came from teaching and in the administrative work I did back in madrasa. And today I believe that coming to UK, getting successful here, getting a job within 7 months in this country where I was just for education, is all because of the madrasa support, or the trainings, or the exercise I've gone through. So that was the main reason I asked you that how does the volunteerism help you in your corporate life, and it really does. So at the end of the discussion, I will just like you to give any advice to the young 13-year, 15-year, 18-year listening to you.
Yeah, so again, like, it's great that you are a madrasa teacher as well. This is something that I also do on my Saturdays, and so I teach that that demographic that you mentioned. The one thing I say to them is, like, I speak to 14-year-olds, and they're like, I ask them, what do you want to be when you're older? And they say, an investment banker. And I ask them, how do you know that already? And they're like, oh, because the money's good, etc. Right? Whatever it is. The big thing I say to people at that age is, when it comes to the corporate world, when it comes to wanting to develop throughout your career, is go and get a variety of experience. Go and spend a day in a pharmacy. Go and spend a day working in, like, with someone that works in finance. Go shadow a lawyer. Go shadow someone in the media industry. But go get a breadth of experience, and then from there decide what you want to do. Because again, like, once you lock it in, you'll see people tend to stay within that industry or within that career profession for the rest of their life. So it's a very big decision. And I think that's the first thing. There's lots of advice that I could give. I think secondly, when it comes to your, like, religion, fiqh, etc., is what you're saying. Go and help. Go and find charities. Go and find organizations and go and volunteer, because you will develop so much. But no, there's tons of advice. I think the ones that have come to my mind just now are these two.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mohammad Sheikh. It was wonderful talking to you. And it's been a pleasure discussing this uplifting travel. I wish you best of luck for it, and may God help you in taking groups to different places of world, different parts of world, with different speakers as you do. And I hope this idea goes to different people, different countries, and this idea spreads out and bring a positive change into people's life. So that would be the best thing, and we can create those 313 that are required, inshallah. So thank you. बस यही प्रोग्राम था, यही डिस्कशन करना था रिलेटेड टू अ डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट जो हमारे पास नहीं है पाकिस्तान में. आई होप पाकिस्तान में जाके ये इस तरह का कोई करें. हम टर्की बहुत ज़्यादा जा रहे हैं आजकल पाकिस्तान से, हम मुख्तलिफ ममालिक जा रहे हैं, तो क्यों ना उसको थोड़ा रिलीजियस रंग दे के जाएँ. क्यों हम जाके वहाँ पे वो दुनिया के रंग में रंग जाते हैं, उसको थोड़ा बेहतर करें, एक मजहबी मुआशरे के साथ उसको लेके चलें. और ईरान, इराक, सऊदी अरब और शाम, ये तो वो शेर है मीर का के था के मदीना और नजफ, और वहाँ तो हमें जाना ही है, वहाँ तो हमें घूमना ही है. लेकिन दुनिया घूमने का किसी ने मना नहीं किया, आप कहीं भी जा सकते हैं और एक्सप्लोर करें दुनिया को. और अल्लाह ताला मोहम्मद शेख को कामयाब करे. और पाकिस्तान के अंदर अगर कोई ये इनिशिएटिव करना चाहता है तो आप रीच आउट कर सकते हैं यूट्यूब चैनल के ज़रिए. मैं इनके फेसबुक का लिंक शेयर कर दूंगा और इनसे मशवरे भी ले सकते हैं, और अगर आप चाहें तो इनको ज्वाइन भी कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू. वस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू.